Hi there guys, I'm Nikhil from GreedyTech, and in this video, I'll be showing you all the best features of the Samsung Galaxy M31s. By the way, I've already posted a dedicated video for the tips and tricks section where I talked about many things which I won't be covering in this video. So definitely check out that video, link will be in the description. Now with that said, the most highlighting feature about this phone is definitely its display. This phone sports a 6.5-inch Super AMOLED Infinity O display with Full HD Plus resolution, 91% screen to body ratio, and a peak brightness of 420 nits. It also has a 2.5D curved Corning Gorilla Glass 3 for additional protection. It is definitely one of the best looking displays that you can get from Samsung in this price segment. And obviously, as it's an AMOLED display, it's great for media consumption, whether it's for watching videos or playing games. Next best thing about this phone is definitely performance. This phone sports Samsung's Exynos 9611 processor with Mali G72 MP3 GPU with up to 8GB of LPDDR4X RAM and 128GB of storage. These are the benchmark scores. Purely in terms of performance, it can't be compared with other online exclusive phones, but compared to other Samsung phones, especially the A series, this phone definitely packs in a lot of performance, and it's definitely great for gaming as well. Going on next, this phone also comes with a 25-watt power adapter inside the box. Coupled with a massive 6000 mAh battery, you really don't have to worry about battery life for this phone. And because of that 25-watt charger, charging speeds are going to be insanely fast. Next, this phone also comes with some pretty great cameras. On the rear, it has a quad camera setup with a 64MP primary camera with f1.8 aperture, and for selfies, you get a 32MP camera with f2.2 aperture. These are some sample shots. Next, this phone also comes with a side mount fingerprint scanner, which also acts like the power button. And as for performance, it's pretty fast, it's pretty reliable, and it instantly unlocks the phone. Next, we also have the famous face unlock feature, and even that too works pretty well. In good lighting conditions, it's super fast, it almost instantly unlocks the phone. Even in low lighting conditions, it's pretty fast, takes like a second or two to unlock the phone. In complete darkness, it is a bit slower, takes 2 to 3 seconds, and sometimes you might have to bring your phone close to your face. Overall, face unlock works and it is pretty usable. Next we have super steady mode while recording video. Regular video recording also offers electronic image stabilization, but if you want to further stabilize the footage, you can try the super steady mode. In this mode, footage is cropped a bit more, but stabilization increases a lot. Next we have a new feature called AR Zone, which is just a combination of different AR related features. We have different things like AR emoji camera, AR doodle, decor pic, which is just like stickers, and we also have a new home decor feature. All the augmented reality based camera features are bundled into this AR Zone, and it is pretty fun to play with. Next we have BIXBY Vision. This feature is just like Google Lens. You just need to show your camera to an object and it will show you similar objects online. You can either search for these objects online or search for objects directly in shopping websites. Next we have AR Doodle. This feature allows us to create AR doodles in the camera application, and just like the name suggests, we can literally draw augmented reality objects in the camera application. You can take pictures and also record video as well.
Next, this phone also comes with a wide-angle camera on the rear. These are some sample shots. Next we have live focus mode. This is another fancy name for rear camera portrait mode on Samsung phones. Unlike on other phones, on this phone, you can actually change the amount of background blur effect you want before taking a picture, and even after taking a picture, you can change the background blur effect. Very few phones offer this feature. These are some sample shots. Next we have spinning background. Now just like the name suggests, it will give you a spinning effect in the background of a portrait shot. You can also edit the intensity of the spin using the slider below. Next we have zoom background. Just like the spin effect, using this feature, you get a zoom effect. And once again you can change the intensity using the slider below. Next we have color point. Now once you enable this feature, subject is in color and the background is in black and white. You get a pretty cool looking effect. Even this feature works only on portrait shots, and there needs to be a sufficient distance between the subject and the background. Next we have Live Focus for selfie. Now this is another fancy name by Samsung for portrait selfie. Using this feature you can take portrait selfies, and on this phone you can also change the amount of background blur effect you want before taking a picture. These are some sample shots. Next we have wide angle selfie. Now the front camera on this phone has a wide angle lens, but by default it crops it to give you a regular size selfie. If you want a much wider selfie, you can get it with just a click of a button. These are the sample shots. Next we have AR stickers. Using this feature, you can put different kind of stickers to your face in real time and then take pictures with it. It's a pretty cool feature, and the amount of stickers you have depends on the phone you're using. Next, this phone also offers electronic image stabilization while recording video. Next, this phone also supports super slow motion video recording. And here's the sample footage. In this mode, we can only record for few seconds. We can also edit the super slow motion to make it look even better. Next we have slow motion video recording, where we have more control over the duration. Once you are done recording, you can also edit the slow-mo video according to your preference. Next we have HYPERLAPSE, which is just a Samsung name for time-lapse. Next we have Scene Optimizer. It's like AI mode for Samsung phones. It is enabled by default all the time, and you can disable it very easily by a click of a button. This feature intelligently detects the scene and optimizes each shot to give you picture perfect composition. These are some sample shots. Next we have Always On Display. And just like the name suggests, once you enable this feature, display of your phone is always on even when you lock your phone. It will display time, date and notification icons. You can keep it always on or turn it on only at a specific time. You can double tap the notification icon to open it, double tap on the clock to go through different face widgets. You can even control the music player from the always on display. You can also change the clock style, add new widgets and customize it more. As this phone comes with an AMOLED display, it won't affect the battery life and you get a very cool look.
Next, we have some new navigation gestures. And once you enable these gestures, you can swipe from the bottom of the screen to go home, swipe and hold from the bottom of the screen for recent apps, and you can swipe left or right from the sides to go back a step. You can also swipe diagonally from the bottom left corner or the bottom right corner to trigger Google Assistant. You can also swipe left or right on the bottom bar to quickly switch between applications.
Next we have split screen mode. To open any application in split screen mode, you need to first open that application, go to the recent apps page, click on the app icon and select open in split screen. Then that application will open in a split screen and you can select the secondary application from your recent apps, or you can go to the home screen and select the secondary application from there. You can find this feature on all Android phones, and this is how you can use it on this phone. Next we have pop-up view, which opens an application in a floating window. Opening an app in pop-up view is similar to split screen mode. Once you open an application in a pop-up view, you can change its transparency, make it a bit transparent. You can minimize it to a floating bubble, just like Facebook chat heads, maximize it or even close it. I would recommend you not to use this feature as it is resource intensive. Next we have smart pop-up view. This feature allows you to open applications in a pop-up view every time you get a notification from that application. First, you need to enable this feature for the desired application. Once again, it's better not to use this feature. Next, we have night mode. This is one of my favorite features on this phone. Once you enable it, most of the UI elements change color from light to dark or black. You can just turn it on from the notification toggles or schedule it to turn on and turn off automatically at a specific time. Using this mode strains your eyes less at night, saves battery, and definitely looks pretty cool because of the AMOLED display. Now going on next, we can even hide that notch. Now once you enable this feature, area beside the notch is completely blacked out, status bar is moved below. Because of the AMOLED display, you won't even see the notch. Now going on next, we have palm swipe to capture. Now before I show you what this feature does, let me show you how to take a normal screenshot. For that, simply press the volume down and power button both at the same time. Once you do that, your phone will take a screenshot. Now for some reason, if you're not able to do that and want an easy way, you can enable this feature called palm swipe to capture. Once you enable this feature, you can simply swipe the display of your phone with your palm, left or right, to take a screenshot. Sometimes it doesn't work, but most of the time, it works without any problems. Next we have Smart Alert. Once you enable this feature, every time you pick up your phone will vibrate if you have a missed call or a message. Next we have Easy Mute. Once you enable this feature, you can easily mute incoming calls or alarms by placing your hand on your phone or by turning your phone face down. Next we have One-Handed Mode. Now once you enable this feature and swipe from the bottom left or right corner of the screen size will shrink, your phone will become much more usable with a single hand. Once you're in this mode, you can click the arrow button to switch the screen left side or right side and click in an empty area to go full screen. If you don't like the gesture, you can select the second option and click the home button 3 times to use the phone in one-handed mode. Next we have Accidental Touch Prevention, which is just a fancy name from Samsung for pocket mode. Once you enable this feature, it will prevent accidental touches in closed spaces like pockets and bags. Next we have Lift to Wake. Now this feature is self-explanatory. Once you enable this feature, you can simply lift your phone to wake it up. This can be quite useful if you are using face unlock feature. You just need to raise your phone, it'll see your face and then unlock your phone. Next we have Double Tap to Wake. Once again, even this feature is self-explanatory. You can double tap the screen to wake it up. So once you enable this feature, just lock your phone and double tap the screen. It wakes up the screen, and if you're using face unlock, once again it sees your face and unlocks the phone immediately. Next we have Smart Stay. Once you enable this feature, your phone's display will stay on as long as you're using it. This is a really useful feature for people who read a lot on your phone. Let's say you're reading an article or a book on your phone, then the display won't turn off at screen timeout. Next we have Smart Capture. Now this is a very common feature found on many other phones, but this feature is only available on the high-end phones on Samsung. Now once you enable this feature, every time you take a screenshot, you get additional options to take a longer screenshot or edit a screenshot before saving it. Just in case if you can't find this feature on your phone, make sure you have Smart Capture option in additional settings. Next we have Digital Wellbeing. Now this is actually a feature from Google, so it should be on all the Android phones. Now this feature will record all your activity on your phone, like how long you're using your phone, which apps you're using a lot, and how many times you have opened a particular application. So this feature gives you all that information, and you can see which apps you open frequently and which apps you're addicted to. You can also restrict app usage by using this feature. Next we have Wind Down. Now this feature is built into the Digital Wellbeing application, but it has its own unique features. Now this feature Wind Down will help you sleep quickly at night. You can turn it on manually or schedule it to automatically turn on at a specific time. Once you set it up and it's turned on, it changes the screen to grayscale, that's black and white, and blocks notification. It can also turn on Do Not Disturb mode, so you won't be disturbed with annoying notifications. Next we have Flash Notifications. Once you enable this feature, every time you get a notification or a call, flashlight blinks to give you a visual indication. It's good when you need it, but it can be quite annoying. Next we have Auto Call Recording. Now this feature allows you to record calls automatically on your phone, whether you get a call or make a call. You can enable this feature from the phone dialer settings. Next we have Blue Light Filter. Now just like the name suggests, once you enable this feature, it puts a warm tint on the screen and filters the blue light, which is supposed to help you sleep better at night. We can also change the intensity of the filter using the slider. We can also schedule it to turn on and turn off automatically at a specific time. Now going on next, we have the option to change the font on this phone. Usually most Android phones don't give you this option, but on this phone, you can change the font. By default, you get 3 different fonts, and if you're not happy with them, you can download more from the Samsung store. Next we have Easy Mode. Now if this phone is going to be used by some elderly people, then you can enable Easy Mode for them. Now once you enable this feature, everything on your phone will be enlarged. All the app icons on the home screen and app drawer increase in size. Even the text size gets scaled up to make it more visible for elderly people. Next we have Game Launcher. Now once you enable this feature, it will create a folder called Game Launcher on your home screen, and you can keep all your games in that folder. Now from this interface, you can change your performance mode. You can set it to balanced, power saver, or even high performance. So once you set up your power profile, every time you open a game, your phone will automatically switch to that power profile. Beside that, we also get the option to mute sound for all games at once. Now going on next, we have swipe to call or send message. Once you enable this feature in the default phone dialer application, you can simply swipe left or right on a contact or a call log to make a call or send a message. It's not a great feature, but a very nice shortcut that's available only on the Samsung phones. Next we have Dual Messenger, which is like Dual Apps for Samsung. Using this feature, you can have 2 Snapchat accounts, 2 Facebook accounts, or even 2 WhatsApp accounts on the same phone. Now this feature might seem awesome, but it only works with few applications. Like if you want to use 2 Paytm accounts on the same phone, you can't do it using this feature. With that said, if you really want to do it, like if you want 2 Paytm accounts on the same Samsung phone, you can try using Secure Folder feature. In your default phone dialer, we have a feature called Caller ID and Spam Protection, and it just does what it says. Every time you get a call from any unknown number, it tries to trace it, give you a name, and will try to intimate you if it is a spam call. I'll definitely recommend you to use this feature. Now going on next, this phone also has Dolby ATMOS sound enhancement. You can enable it by using the toggles or by going to the sound settings. Once you enable it, you have different sound profiles like auto, movies, music and voice, and depending upon the sound profile, you will get different audio experience. Right now this feature is only available if you are using a headset. Now going on next, this phone even comes with Samsung themes, or just the themes. You literally have hundreds of themes to choose from, both free and paid, and you can completely change the look and feel of your phone. Starting from wallpapers to UI elements to app icons, it literally changes everything. Now going on next, we have maximum power saving mode. On previous Samsung phones, it was called as ultra power saving mode, and once you enable this feature, it will decrease the screen brightness, set speed limiter, restrict background network usage, limit the number of apps that you can use, and apply a dark theme. On the whole, it does all these things to improve the standby time of your phone. Now even in this mode, you can still use Wi-Fi, Bluetooth and mobile data, and use some regular applications like YouTube, Facebook, and even use the camera application. If you're on a very long journey, just enable this mode and you can have great battery life. Now going on next, we have lock screen stories. If you want to see something interesting and useful information every time you see the lock screen, just enable this feature. Once done, every time you try to unlock the phone by going to the lock screen, you will see a different story. Now going on next, we can also reduce animations on this phone. Now for some reason, if you want to reduce animations and thereby reducing the CPU load, then you can do it on this phone by just disabling this toggle. Even if you reduce animations, there are still some animations going on, and for some reason if you want to completely remove animations, you can do it from the accessibility settings. Personally, I'll stick with animations even at a cost of performance and battery life. Now going on next, we can also disable fast charging. Now this phone, as you might have already known, comes with fast charging, supports fast charging, and comes with a fast charger inside the box. But for some reason, maybe for a prank or something else, if you want to disable fast charging, you can do it from the battery settings. Now going on next, this phone also has Widevine L1 support. That means you can stream high definition videos from Netflix and Amazon Prime on this phone. This is kind of a big deal if you watch a lot of video content on your phone. So guys, that's pretty much it for this video. Thanks for watching. If I missed out on anything important, do let me know by commenting below this video, and definitely check out my video on the tips and tricks section where I'll be talking about many things which I didn't cover in this video. By the way guys, if you're planning to buy this phone, use the link in the description. It always helps the channel. And if you want us to make any specific video or if you have any questions, tweet out to us with the hashtag ASKGREEDYTECH on Twitter and we will try to make it as soon as possible. I'm Nikhil from GreedyTech signing off. Have a nice day.